Hello, everybody. Welcome to Average Guy Opinions. This is episode number 162. I am your average guy, John Corelli, and unfortunately, we have another nut job of the day. I'm going to spare you guys the tinfoil hat today, though, because, it's a little immature, and maybe I need to do something more peanut-based, nut-based. I don't know. But, so let's go with Marjorie Taylor Greene, because once again, she's not only saying stupid things, she is doing stupid things. For those of you who don't know who she is a representative out of the state of Georgia. She has said all kinds of crazy things that I will get to soon. But her latest lark is to sponsor a House bill to get Dr. Fauci fired. You know, the famous, for some reason I'm forgetting his first name, but the famous Dr. Fauci from the whole COVID thing last year, where Trump leaned on him and leaned on him and leaned on him, and Fauci was like, here's science to answer all of those questions, some of which were legitimate, some were completely illegitimate. By the way, Dr. Fauci really got swept up into a thing he was not ready for, didn't he? I really felt sorry for the guy. The guy just kept throwing science in the face of ignorance and insanity. You got to remember something about the early part of this COVID-19 thing is that when it first was getting here, in February of last year, Trump called it a Democratic hoax. Let's look at that. Let's think about that. Not just the outright insanity of it. First of all, secondly, why would the Democrats want to start a worldwide pandemic? I'm a leftist. I don't mind the economy maybe crashing and maybe saving the planet. Remember how the planet started healing during all of this when industry was shut down for several months and you could see the bottom of Lake Michigan or Lake Superior. You could jellyfish and other wildlife were starting to overtake the canals in Venice. You could see like Beijing. You could see because pollution wasn't being generated by who again? Who was it? Who's warming the planet and polluting it? Yeah, man. So yeah. Why? But having said that, why would Democrats, who are very pro-economy, by the way, maybe they want a cleaner economy, some of them, but a lot of Democrats are just falling into line. We've seen that with this new administration. They're doing the same things Trump was doing in a lot of cases. So why would Democrats want to shut down the economy through a pandemic? Why? What else? What else, if it's a hoax? If it's not real, what is the point of having it? I'm not sure why. Are Democrats super pro-vaccine? Were they in cahoots? I don't know. I don't read QAnon, so I'm quite sure quite a bit of this is coming from that. You know, all the Bill Gates and Tom Hanks and Jeffrey Epstein theories. Oh, sorry about the wind, guys. I hope you can hear me okay. Maybe we'll wait a second. Maybe I shouldn't have called somebody a nut job. Maybe God's telling me to not do it. There we go. It's messing up my hair too. Stop it. Stop it, nature. Maybe nature heard me say, oh, global warming, and said, oh yeah, I'm going to cool it off a little bit right here, right now. Who's the nut job now? So let's get to Marjorie Taylor Greene. So she's sponsoring a House bill in the House of Representatives. It will not go anywhere. This is her once again getting press because sadly, rather than working, to me, the way a representative should work, there's 500 some representatives in this country. I'm not sure the exact number. Basically, a representative is supposed to represent approximately 500,000 people in your state. Colorado has 7. I'm not sure exactly how it works out because we have close to 6 million people, so you think we'd have 11, but it's the way it works is weird. So I'm not exactly sure why, because you think if we have 330 million people, we should have 660 representatives. We have more than 100 less than that. So, but people should be getting represented by their representatives. Let me do a little sidebar on that, by the way. It's really a dumb system we have here in this country when it comes to that. Senators should not have 6-year terms and unlimited terms. Senators should be the same, and so should representatives, as the president. 2 4-year terms. That's it. We had senators like Strom Thurmond in there, and if you don't know who he is, look him up. He's a segregationist from South Carolina. He was there till he was like nearly 100 years old, because all the old racists kept voting him in, and there were enough to keep him in power for like 50 years or something. It was insane. And when you're 90, you should not be one of the top 100 most powerful people in the country. You just shouldn't. You don't have You don't have it together, man. Let's be honest. You're not in your prime brain years when you're 90 years old. So, and having said that, it should be the same for representatives. It shouldn't be a 2 year term is stupid. You're using literally half of your term to get reelected. You're using about a year of your term to get reelected. So, no, 4 year terms for everybody, two term limits for everybody. That would make a lot more sense. Okay, so that's my long sidebar about that. I would think the system would be better if we did it that way. Having said that, back to Marjorie Taylor Greene. From my understanding, she ran opposed in Georgia. I don't know if she did or not. Either way, she's the rep there. She's one of the probably, I don't know how many, but Georgia has a lot of people. I think Georgia has like 12 million people. That's a lot of people. There are a lot of people in Georgia. I could be wrong about that, but she's representing, let's say, 500,000 to 600 or 700,000 people. This is the problem. These people should not be looking for the spotlight. They should be doing their job as legislators. What's a legislator? It's a lawmaker. They're making laws, and that's what she should be doing. Instead, she's just going punching for big air, just saying the most outlandish things she can. And now she's taking the jump from not just saying outlandish things and getting attention to now sponsoring a House bill to get Dr. Fauci fired. That's all it is. Why? What did he do besides try to represent science in the face of insanity? So that's her latest thing. And I will go talk, like I said earlier, a few of the other things. She's the one that said the Jewish space lasers thing. The Jewish space lasers started the fires in California and Oregon, not the idiot. God, don't get me started on this. Not the idiot. Jesus, John, the fucking gender reveal parties. Shut up. And you're lighting fireworks in a dried out forest. You're an idiot. You shouldn't have a kid. Your kid should go straight to foster care, and the two of you should be in jail. Use your fucking brains. We're in a drought, a nationwide drought, by the way, in case you haven't heard. Gone on for 20 years here in the Rockies. Okay, so she said Jewish space lasers cause those fires, not idiots and not people maybe throwing out a cigarette butt, which is often what it is. 9 out of 10 forest fires are started by man. The other 10% are lightning, so just so you know that. She decided she was going to try to go after Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. It's hard for me to say her name. Many of you know her as AOC. She's the anti-Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's very left, but I'm fine with that. I love her. She's my favorite representative. She's tough. She's smart. She's worked some real-world jobs, and she also is college-educated and did very well in college, from my understanding. Now, a lot of people don't like her leftist socialist leanings, but I do. So, and she acts like a grown-up in Congress. I mean, a lot of these people that are angry and don't like her, instead of maybe respecting that, hey, she's representing 500,000 people or more in her state, just like to say shit to her. I mean, I think Matt Gaetz did too. He said some bullshit to her, called her a bitch or something. And last month, I think it was in May, Marjorie Taylor Greene tried to run up on her and talk a bunch of shit. And, honestly, I wish AOC would have given MTG a TKO. That's what I wanted for Marjorie Taylor Greene. I'm tired. Is this what we're turning into? We're turning like some third world Southeast Asian country where they just start fist fights in Parliament. Is that what's going to happen? Because that's what Marjorie Taylor Greene wanted to do. And AOC said if she would have gotten close, I would have taken care of her. She's like, I've taken care of people way tougher than her in the bars I worked at in New York. And I thought that was a great line. And honestly, sometimes I think this is what people need. They keep running their mouths. Everyone needs an ass kicking, is what I'm saying. I'm not defending domestic violence or men hitting women, or even, I don't like violence at all. But sometimes, I learned it when I was younger, and I still run my mouth here, but I'm protected here. And you don't have to listen to me either. I'm not in your face. I'm not calling anyone names, or at least anyone that I can hurt. But sometimes, I got a couple raps in the mouth when I was growing up in middle school and junior high, or that's the same thing, high school. And, sometimes maybe that's what Marjorie Taylor Greene needs. She's talking mad shit. She's wasting time in the legislature with a bill that's not going to go anywhere. And even if it did go somewhere, it's stupid. Why are you going after one guy? That'd be like me. Like if I was a state legislator in Georgia, and I introduced a bill. Hey, I want to get Marjorie Taylor Greene fired. Now, it's one thing to get her recalled, but to just get her fired, that's exactly how she stated it. She's the one that's supposed to be the educated one here, or at least the knowledgeable one. And that's the problem with the dumbing down of this country, and the problem with saying, oh, well, I don't want an elite running my country, like they said about Gore when he ran against Bush in 2000. I don't want these elites. I want elites. I want Obama. I want the smart people that are articulate, have worked through the system, and know what the hell to do and know how the hell to speak. Okay, that's it from Average Guy Opinion 162. See you guys next time. Bye.